Meet the Chariot. Welcome guys, welcome back to the tarot tutorials. Today we're looking at the Chariot, which is the number 7 in the major arcana, but is actually the 8th card, as full is 0. So let's keep looking at this card. Okay, so the Chariot. Just wait for it to focus. There we go. It's sort of not great. Sorry about my camera. So as you can see quite clearly, this is a chariot with someone sitting driving the chariot. Seems to be being driven by two what look like sphinxes. And the person sitting in the chariot is looking incredibly confident and authoritative. And that is what this card is all about. It's about confidence, it's about drive, it's about determination, it's about willpower. So as we know, the Fool is on his journey, and so far he's met the Magician, he's met the High Priestess, he's met the Empress, he's met the Emperor, he's met the Hierophant, and last time he met the Lovers. This is the 7th card, and I always imagine him as he comes up to the chariot being this kind of, shiny chariot that sort of is round a corner somewhere. And it's got a label on it saying "for you." Like it's a brand new car kind of thing. And he's like, what's this? For me? What's this? What, how is this for me? And the universe says, this is for you. This is so that you can keep going forward without looking back, without any doubts, without any challenges or obstacles. This is get in it and go and don't look back. It will bring you confidence and determination and drive and confidence. Like I said, confidence. So let's look into this card in more detail. So the Chariot, as I've said, is number 7 in the major arcana. The Chariot, this card is associated with the sign of Cancer, which I find interesting that this represents Cancer. The Cancerians do have a lot of drive and determination and willpower. This card is very powerful, this card. It will often come up in a reading of someone who is putting a lot of negativity behind them, and they're determined to now get on with their life. It's a symbol of progress and victory as well. It's about moving forward without any obstacles, with determination, or even if there are obstacles, then you're willing to face those obstacles. So, as I said, this card does represent willpower, self-control, the ability to overcome obstacles. It encourages us to harness our inner strength and drive to achieve our goals. Traditional meanings of this card are progress and movement. It is very much a card of movement. It's about moving forward, as I said, moving forward without looking back. It's about taking action, making progress towards our dreams. And it's a reminder that we have the power to shape our own destiny. It's all about triumph over challenges. This card symbolises overcoming obstacles and challenges through determination and perseverance. when it comes up in a reading, it can be a message that we can rise above any difficulties and emerge victorious. It also symbolises control and direction. The Chariot represents our ability to take control of our lives and steer our own path. It encourages us to make choices that align with our goals and values. It represents balance and harmony. The Chariot reminds us that the importance of finding balance between our mind, body and spirit, and it encourages us to integrate all aspects of ourselves for a harmonious life. You could also look at this card and see it as meaning someone who's taking charge of a situation. It could indicate someone who is in charge of a situation. Sometimes I see this card and I think, oh, this could be about travel, and it could be, it could be regarding someone who's going to be doing a lot of traveling in that month or that week. And that could represent any kind of travel. I mean, it could be a car. It could be any form of travel. Sometimes when this card comes in the reverse, I'd tell someone to keep an eye on their car because they might have some car trouble. This can also be about making decisions that reflect our truest desires, and it's a reminder that we are the masters of our own destiny. This card is about overcoming fear. It represents stepping outside of our comfort zone and encourages us to embrace our challenges and personal growth. It also symbolises adaptability and change, signifies the need to adapt to change and embrace new opportunities, and reminds us that flexibility and resilience are key to success. And also it's very much a card of inner strength. It's about someone getting back in the driving seat that hasn't been strong enough to take control up until this point. It's someone who's finally got their life back in many ways. So it's very much a card of inner strength and resilience. So there's lots of symbolic energy on here as well. Okay. So we've got the actual charioteer, which is the chap who's driving the chariot. And he himself could be you, could be symbolising you yourself. It also symbolises your willpower, your determination, and your ability to make choices. The chariot itself represents your vehicle for progress and change. It symbolises your ability to move forward and achieve your goals. The horses, well, they're not horses, but the Sphinx that are pulling the chariot represent your passions, your instincts, and your emotions. They're also, you can see that they're the white and the black, which represents the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the opposite energies in everything we do, positive and negative. The wheels on the chariot, which I don't think you can see on this one. There are some representations where you can see the wheels on the chariot. But any cards that do have the wheels showing, they represent the cycles of life, very much like the Wheel of Fortune, and the ever-changing nature of our journey, and remind us that progress is not always linear. He is also holding, in this one, it doesn't look like a sword, it looks more like a wand. But the sword on the wheel, on the chariot, represents the power of the mind and the ability to make clear decisions. It symbolises our ability to cut through confusion and focus on our goals. The crown that he's wearing represents authority, leadership and self-confidence. And it reminds us that we have the power to direct our own lives. On his crown, he's actually got a star as well. And in tarot, the star represents potential and growth and healing and recognition. We've got the colour yellow in the background, which is always about success and positivity and growth. There's a lot more symbology on here. You've got moon, the crescent moons on his shoulder, which is also about new beginnings, new energy, new emotions. So colours on here, as I said, we've already spoken about the yellow. There is some red on here. There's some red on the turrets of the castles in the background. There's some red here. And the red represents passion, power and determination. The white on this Sphinx here represents purity, innocence and new beginnings. It symbolises fresh start and a clean slate. And the black often represents a closing of one door and the opening of another. Transformation and transition. I think if I've left anything out, let me just check. So we've also got the representation of the wings here, which represents freedom. It represents freedom and spiritual awareness. I've just noticed, very interestingly, which I've never noticed before, that the white Sphinx seems to have a rather large set of breasts. If you can see that. So therefore this also represents masculine and feminine. How very strange. They're rather what's the word? They're not very, you know, she's definitely got one much bigger than the other, which I know is quite a common thing for women, but fascinating. The story in this picture is this person is determined to kind of leave behind this city or whatever it is that's behind him or her. So I feel that this is about exploring new experiences as well. So yeah, do have a look at this card. If you're Cancerian, tell me how it makes you feel. Do you feel any affiliation with this card? Do you feel the power of the Chariot? Do you feel determined? Do you feel full of willpower and determination and confidence? Oh, the other thing is this card is also associated with the planet Mars. And the planet Mars is all about, it's fiery energy, which is, you know, it's kind of like the planet of war and destruction and I'll tell you exactly. And this is kind of the vibe I get from the Chariot sometimes, is that this is someone that's on an absolute mission and nothing's going to get in their way. So let's tell you exactly what the planet Mars is actually. It's a planet of action, desire and energy. Yeah, it represents assertiveness, drive and the ability to start new things. Mars governs attraction and power dynamics in relationships. Mars is associated with the sex drive and how people like to have sex. Wow. Mars is associated with courage, determination and a pioneering spirit. Mars can also bring anger, impulsiveness and aggression. So yeah, guys, that is number 7. I'm sorry that these have been a little bit, irregular. Obviously with Christmas and New Year, it did throw me out a little bit, but we are back on track. And let me know what you think of the Chariot. I like this card. I do like it. I don't always associate with it. I wouldn't say it was my card. I wouldn't say it's one of my top 10s, put it that way. But it should be. I should link with this card more often, and maybe that's what my problem is. But yeah, guys, do what I said as all the other cards, and just put it in somewhere where you can see it every day. Maybe first thing in the morning when you wake up, maybe on your bedside table or something, and then you can look at it and go, oh, what are you going to tell me today? Just say, what do you want to tell me today? And just see, maybe one of the Sphinx will talk to you. Maybe it'll be him that speaks to you. Maybe they'll all talk to you at once. Just, it's interesting exercise. Just see what happens. See what comes through for you, and let me know in the comments. Thank you, guys. Just to remind you, I am still taking bookings for live readings. Even if you wanted to book an hour with me to learn tarot, I don't mind. Whatever you use the hour for, you can use to your own discretion. 25% off throughout January. You can book it for any time throughout 2025, and you don't have to pay anything until the day before, and you do get a recording as well. So contact me at revelationtarotgb@gmail.com. That's revelationtarotgb@gmail.com. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement. I return it to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.